G'day, I'm Dr. Tom. Welcome to Fieldays TV and Walk the Talk. Well, look, I'm on a mission to get 10,000 farmers to measure, monitor and manage their own health and risk. Today, I want to talk about something really important, sleep. Now, sleep is just amazing. I could talk for hours on this. But when we go to sleep, our body's not actually resting. It's like the farm, you know, the grass doesn't stop growing, the lambs don't stop fattening, right? We're working. So it's really important that when we sleep that our brain keeps working. We've got these glial cells that repair things. So what happens is sleep just absolutely refreshes us. Where if we don't get enough sleep, we're really at risk of having an accident on the farm. Today, it's a big topic, sleep. I want to focus on one thing, sleep apnea. So look, what is sleep apnea? Why is it important? How do you measure it and how do you manage it, okay? So sleep apnea, what is it? Well, apnea is actually, I think it's Greek for without breath. So what it means is that you stop breathing in your sleep. Now, it's caused by a lot of things. It can be because you're overweight. Not everyone who has sleep apnea is overweight, but one of the telltale signs of sleep apnea is snoring. I'm going to come to that shortly, right? But why is sleep apnea so important? Because if you have sleep apnea, and a third of people who snore are likely to have sleep apnea, you are 3 times more likely to have a workplace accident, fall asleep at the wheel, at the tractor, whatever it is, whatever machine you're operating, and you might harm yourself or harm someone you love. So what actually happens in sleep apnea is our airway collapses, carbon dioxide levels build up in our brain, the alarm center comes off, and we wake up, right? So we don't get that rapid eye movement rest part of sleep. So often we'll wake up and people will feel like they're drowning. So if you're sleeping with someone with sleep apnea, you might notice them snoring. It's called heroic snoring. They'll snore and suddenly it goes quiet. And it's really stressful if you're the partner because you're wondering, are they going to take another breath? You might stop breathing like many times in an hour, even in a minute, right? So you stop breathing. What happens? It puts extra stress on the heart. I have a personal belief it might cause dementia in the long term, but that's yet to be proven because you're not backing up your memory. So the point is carbon dioxide levels build up and you go, and you struggle to get that breath and you get the breathing starts again and you start to try to get back to sleep, but you can't. And then it's just a nightmare. Your brain's in chaos. It's just, you wouldn't run your farm like that. So why would you run your brain like that? So that's what sleep apnea is. That's why it's important because it increases risk. How do we measure it? How do we manage it, right? So the first thing to do is get a test for sleep apnea. Well, how do you do that? You say, look, I'm worried. So you go to the Kind app, download the Kind app. You've got red lights for your sleep. If you snore or if people notice, or you might notice that you stop breathing in your sleep. And some people say, it feels like I'm drowning, okay? That's a way. Or if you're excessively tired, like fatigue, there are other signs. It's all in the Kind app and you might get a red light. So if you suspect someone you know or love may have sleep apnea, you can go to a website. It's called www.fitforduty.co.nz. You might go and see your GP, but now with the technology, we can send you what's called a pulse oximeter, which goes on your finger. You get a couple of nasal prongs. You can do it from home. And what that measures is how the oxygen desaturates in your blood. So you might find that you don't have sleep apnea, no problem, carry on. Your snoring's a different issue. You might fix that with mouth guards or whatever. But if you do have sleep apnea, you really shouldn't be driving. In fact, that's the NZTA guidelines. If you've got diagnosed sleep apnea, you should not be on the road, especially if you're driving a school bus or something. It's really important in our rural communities that we diagnose this and talk about it. Do you want your bus driver or your log truck driver or someone out there on the road with sleep apnea falling asleep at the wheel coming at you, right? I know, it's from working in emergency departments, it's a massive problem out there and we want to do something about it, right? So if you're worried you've got sleep apnea, get it diagnosed through the little test of the pulse oximeter and there's other ways, but it's the simplest ways. If you've got sleep apnea, then you'll need what's called probably a CPAP machine. You know, continuous airways pressure. In the old days, it looked like Darth Vader had this massive machine and, you know, put it on there now. They're portable, you take them with you, you will feel so much better. One of the things about sleep apnea people say to me is like, I didn't realise how tired I was. I just thought it was getting older, it was normal. It's like a new lease of life. I tell you what, your performance in the bedroom goes up, not just in your sleep, but other areas if you can treat your sleep apnea. There's a good thing for it. I was at a conference recently and I always say to people like, has the sleep apnea machine made a difference in your life? And resoundingly it's like, yes, it's made a massive difference in my life. One time this guy yelled out from the back of the room, no, Dr. Tom, it's made my life worse. I'm like, why is that? And he goes, it's a real passion killer, that machine. And I went, mate, you should just try and making love while you're awake. But anyway, it's the simple things. But look, back to the serious topic. Measure, monitor, manage your wellbeing. Download the Kind app. You'll need the code N8 PGGFF. It's on the screen. Download it from the App Store or Google Play. Fill out your sleep score, red lights, go and do something about it. You're practical. If you've got sleep apnea, fix it. It'll really improve your life, and it might save the life or save your mate's life. So talk to them about their snoring. All right, thanks for watching us on Walk the Talk and on Fieldays TV, and thanks to our sponsors for making it all possible. Look after yourselves and your mates.